Welcome back to lecture 3, which is called Phonemes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow students, when we are talking about phonemes, I just have to bring you back to the memory lane when we were in secondary school or in our primary school. You remember, our teacher then did teach us something about how to pronounce some words and alphabets and even letters. We call it letter A, letter B to Z. Then capital letter A, capital letter B, capital letter D to Z. Then we move on to 2-letter words, 3-letter words. Then we articulate these words. We pronounce them the way they're supposed to be. But wrongly we pronounce them without us knowing that. So when we are pronouncing some words, let me give you for instance, when you say C-A-T, C-A-T is supposed to be sat, not cat. But the knowledge of linguistics, especially in phonics, made us understand that C-A-T is not sat, but it is cat. So B-A-L-L, you say ball. Yes, you are right. But when you say C-A-T, you have forgotten to realize that the C there is not articulated as C, but as what? Car. That's why we call it cat. So the knowledge of phonemes has made us realize and change our orientation from the normal way of articulating these letters. We're supposed to articulate them in a phonetic manner, phonetically, not in alphabetical manner or orthographically. So it is when we are reading it in grammar, when we are reading our alphabets in grammar, not in phonetics, we can continue to say A, B, C, D to Z. But in phonetics, there's a different ball game. We articulate them the way they're supposed to be articulated as R, Bur, Der, Sir, Car. So we articulate them according to the physical property. So you are welcome to phonemes. What is phonemes? Phonemes has different definition. The first definition I can give to it is the physical. Phonemes are the physical properties of all the alphabet of the world. Or the alphabet of the words, they have their physical properties, which are phonemes. So the transcription of all our letters or alphabets are phonemes. The way we transcribe them into that what we call symbols, that is the phonemes. So all the languages of the world, they have their phonemes, and their phonemes is divided into vowel and consonants. Therefore, when we are talking about phonemes, we can also call it a distinctive sounds that cause a change in the meaning of words. For instance, if I say fall and tall, F-A-L-L and T-A-L-L, they are two different words with different meanings. Their meanings are different because of something, and that is phonemes. And that is phonemes fa and phonemes ta, which we call F in English language and T in English language or English alphabets. But in phonetics and phonology, we call it fa and ta. The fa and ta have caused a change in the meaning of A-double-L to become fall and tall. That is what we call phonemes in a simple manner. So we are talking about phonemes, that phonemes is divided into two, which is vowel and consonant phonemes, which is called vowel sounds and consonant sounds, because they are phonemes, they are sounds. From the word phone, when we say phone, we are referring to sound. Bring my phone, and when you are talking, you are making sound. So phones has to do with sound. So we are dealing with sounds here. We are not dealing with alphabet when we come to these aspects. So we have vowel sounds, we have consonant sounds. Therefore, when we are talking about vowel sound, what do we mean by vowel sounds? A vowel sound can be defined as the sounds we make without obstruction to the free flow of air. There's no obstruction to the free flow of air. That is to say, there's no obstruction from the lips. Our two lips do not obstruct our articulation. Our lip does not affect or obstruct the articulation. Our teeth do not obstruct the articulation. So when we are talking about vowel sound, there's no obstruction to the free flow of air. Whereas in consonant sound, there is obstruction to the free flow of air. It means that the teeth can obstruct, the lips can obstruct, the tongue can obstruct. So when there is obstruction to the free flow of air, we make consonant sound. When there's no obstruction to the free flow of air, we make vowel sound. And there's this thing that we do say, that the vowel sound and voiced consonant sound, they have something in common. What is that? You know, when we are articulating the vowel sound, I said there's free flow of air. When you say E, A, O, U, so no obstruction. No obstruction. So by the time you are saying E, O, U, that means you are using a kind of energy that in the larynx here, which is called the Adam's apple, the larynx or esophagus here, or the Adam's apple, houses the vocal cords. The vocal cords have two elastic tissue, which is called the vocal band. When there is articulation of some sounds, there will be a vibration, and that vibration will occur when the glottis shakes. When we are articulating the vowel sound, the glottis normally shakes. The glottis normally shakes. The same thing is applicable to voiced consonant sound, because when the air wants to come out, there will be a blockage in the free flow of that air, which will cause the glottis to shake. So both voiced consonant sound and vowel sound, they have something in common, because the glottis normally shake. The glottis shakes whenever we articulate the two. Whereas in the voiceless consonant sound, there's nothing like that, because there's free flow of air. So in that wise, we refer to consonant sound as total blockage in the free flow of air, or partial blockage in the free flow of air. So that's why we can have the voiceless and voiced consonant sound. We have the voiceless and voiced consonant sound. So with the voiceless, so we don't have the glottis that shakes. With voiced, the glottis shakes, because there will be obstruction in the free flow of air. So there will be a conservation of air and the sudden release of the air at the end of the day. So the Roche 2019, I think 1991 and 1992 talk about this, while that of the Krutending 2001 also talk about this. So these are the two scholars that mentioned about vowel sounds and consonant sound. Roche 1991 and 1992, and Crutendin 2001. So we have there's need to also say that we have ingressive and egressive movements of our hair. You know, the normal hair we use to breathe, we breathe in, we breathe out. We breathe out, we breathe in. We have the carbon dioxide and we have the oxygen. Oxygen is breathing while we breathe out the carbon dioxide. So these two air we make use of is quite different from when we are articulating speech sound. When we are articulating speech sound, we are making use of egressive and E, G, R, E,